Good day, welcome to Multinet Design. In the continuation of our what is it called, a 3-bedroom half lot of that we're working on. So in the last episode we have been working on like floor plan, roof plan, go to 3D, elevations of various kind from west to northwest. So now in this tutorial I want to teach basically not properly working drawing for now, but I want to teach you how you can place your work on the sheet, then maybe cut one section and do a little work. If you cannot finish it, then we continue the next one. So I will progress by going to elevation, this particular one. Now if you have this in your ground floor plan, the first thing you need to do is to on your toggle on your crop region. So let it on. So you see where the crop region is. Like when I say okay, just crop the view for me, you see that most of these things were not visible again. The reason why I did not capture this drawing are not in the region space. So it's like when you are working on the paper space in color drawing and something like that. So you need to focus on where you are doing your work. So I'm going to like drag it so that I'll be able to see where I'm dragging my regions to. So select now, then you drag around. You drag around like that. So you can start your project anywhere and everything, but you just need to centralize, because one thing that your sheet the sheet going to see is the paper region, crop region. Every other aspect is not going to recognize it. It's being programmed, everything is being programmed that way. So now you can toggle off by clicking off, so it's available now. So every other thing that you don't need, like all this line, I don't like them here because that's not what I want to do. So to design a project is a tedious something. It just depends on one personal initiative, but I just want to teach you based on so that you'll be able to carry on to the next level of what you want to do. So I want to add this one. So I'm reducing the workload on this particular surface. So I've done this one now. I may not want to see this region line anymore. So I can decide to say okay, let it off. So I maintain this one. So from there now I can decide to now say okay, I want to present this one to my clients. Understand what I'm saying? I want to present this to my clients the way it is. I'm not want to dimension it, just a presentation drawing. So how will you do that? Since you have your one elevation, another elevation, if you want to have a section, you can have a section. So I will always advise you something about section. So when we get there, I will show that to you, because when you are creating section, the section line, let's say like this one now, say you have a section, you create a section here. Now this section is going to work with the scale. This section component is going to work only with the scale that you have here. The moment you change this scale, this thing will disappear. Let me practicalize it for you so that you'll be able to see. So scale 1 to 50. See, that is small because it's small. Now let's just go to scale 1 to 200. You see, it disappears. You are not seeing it again because it's not relevant with that scale. So you maintain it. So the less B is that scale 1 to 100 that you created with this is what it should be. When you want to create another one, then you create another one on that scale that you have already. So maintain that. So if you don't want to just like hide this, you can break it into 2. Hide whatsoever so that you maintain that aspect is good. So we're going to leave this one to do the neat work we want to do if it's necessary. So now I want to create sheets for everything. So when you have a sheet programming in this particular in your project browser, this is sheet, right? All you just need to do is to right click and say new sheet to come up. Now I have this one already as a template on my something, but if you don't have, you can just go to click load and go and select wherever you keep your template and make sure you make use of it. But I don't have anyone here, so I don't think I need to be giving myself any edit of that. But if there is anyone like this title block now is available and you may use it, depends on your choice, but I don't need them here. But just like you can select anyone, load it. Let's say you just want to load it now, depends on you. So you can ask whether there is any other thing that are available, so you can make use of it on your own. But for me, I'm not using it. But let's say you just want to load it, you can just say open. It will open for you and it will load. So now it's here as part of what you have here. So when you say load now, it's going to go to that page. See, you say Autodesk www, that's just predefined one that you have. So you can edit them by editing the family. So as you edit the family, you delete all this one that you don't need, except you have something that you want to be placing here. So if you don't have anything to place here, because this one too, they come with their own scale and everything, so if you don't have anything to do with them, you delete them. So I don't need them, so I'm just going to, I just use that as a demonstration. So let's go back. So you say what? Open. Yes, you can say yes. Just close. I don't need it. So now close this one. Yes. Now what's your issue? Okay, load to the project. So it's being loaded back. So now it's here, but I don't need this. So if I want to change it, I can decide to change it. Select this one now. Come to this place and go and select more one that's not that are reasonable. I want to use A3 pure. So A3 is here for me to use. Now having this A3, I can duplicate it. Understand? Like the way you normally duplicate things. So I just say A3. So I will say A3 matrix 2 for 3-bedroom. Understand? For 3-bedroom. So you can just use that for the purpose, and you say okay, let it be. Now you have this one. You now need to start editing so that you'll be able to have your title block, the approval side and things like that. So it depends on whatsoever you are using as a template of your own state. So if you have some copy of the drawing that have been done before and you will love that, you'll be able to edit it in Revit. Everything will be working for you. So let's just do a little bit so that you know how to do it. You can even import image and everything to it, so it will work for you. So what I do is that edit the family. When you edit the family, so all these lines are what? Are complete line that can work for you. The symbol has everything. So you can click on the line, then you start filling. Depends. So I'm going to put it here and draw this one. So I'm going to use so I have done with this one. I will just select and click. I will say text. I will call this one approve column. So I've created that one. You can increase it, do editing the way you want to do, the way you do to normal something. You just click and say edit, duplicate, so that you will not be able to go and work on what you're supposed not to work on. So duplicate, change the size to 5, then make it bold. So you see what will happen there now. So you can imagine approve. So you can now start doing the naming, that this is the part I want the name to be. Click on create, and then you come here, you select that. So you understand. So you do the same thing here. So from here now, you like the proposed aspects, the routines aspects. So the sheet number, you can write these ones by clicking. So after you have done with the click on create, then you come to just select text. So there are label, there are text. The text is that it's going to be permanently here. It's only when you come here that you can do the editing. So you just, let's say I will just call this one drawing title. Just say drawing title. It's not necessary, not just do your design the way you want. It's your choice. So drawing title, I would just like put drawing with line here. Understand? Just like line here, the line here. So after you have done with this, you change another thing. Sorry for the title, correct that in your home page. That title is not correctly written. So you do that in your home page. So the next you do is that just say page number or page name. So you just like come to create. Now here you can do two things. Use label to do that. Click on label. When you click on label, you just drop anything you want to drop. So opportunity will come for you to assemble and do whatever you want to do. So these are the things that are here. So you see manufacturing, cost distribution, things like that, date, time, depends on you. So I'm going to use a seat name here now. So I'm going to click on seat name. It's already here. So I'm going to say apply by clicking that. So I'll put it here. So the seat name is here, which was I have here now. So you can imagine the house seat name. So let me just stop at this place because I don't want to go too far and be so because of the time. This is not the proper. Maybe I will have time. I will teach you how to design a template on the laptop, but I just want to so that you'll be able to know how to drag and edit and do whatever. So if you do that one, you can now say, okay, it's already there. If you are giving you this one, don't click on this because you can have many projects on this. Just click on the project. Let this be toggle. Only this blue toggle with the only the projects you want to load it into. So this one is say click, so delete existing part. So we have this one in place. So every other thing you want to do, you can now. What do you do now is that, like this one now, I will change the name here. So I have 01. So now the name is on name, right? So you see the name here. So I'm going to change this one from here. I will say rename. So what did I rename it to? The title, the number is available, but the number is not showing. But it doesn't matter, it's not displaying here because I did not say it should display number. We can go there later and go and do that, but I'm not going to do that here. I will just say ground floor plan. You see it automatically update itself now. Can you see? Just look at it here, ground floor plan, and the same thing here. That's for label, but this one that I've already done with the text is remain permanent. The same thing I've done with text here, they are permanent. So the label changes and everything change. So what I need to do, how will you now bring is to use? Just click and drag the plan, the floor plan. You drag it here now according to the scale. So if you want to increase the scale, you come here and increase the scale. So you say here, if you increase, if you want to customize your scale, if it's not available here, you just click on customize, then you work on it from here by saying let's say 150, because there's no 150 that place. You can say 150, it gets smaller. So if I increase it, if you make it smaller, you use this to, like, let me say 75. I think it should now be good. Yeah, 75 is big now. So like this. So this line you are seeing, the level line you are seeing, it's not good that you should see it. If you want to see it, it's your choice. But if you don't want to see it, you work on it by changing it. So you come here and say, I don't need it, so no title. So let the title disappear. So by manually, you are going to be writing this one. Since you have ground floor plan now, which is what you have created, which is perfectly okay. So it depends. So you can put your company name. Just do a beautiful design by yourself, and that's it. So we are going to create more. It's now I have this one. I can now start to say, okay, new one. So I'm using the same thing. So I will drag. Now I want to do one thing before let me use this one. So I want to duplicate this particular one. I will come to, because I like the way I'm viewing everything from above. I already understand. This one give me good perspective of my roof, which is what I need. So I'm going to say hide this. Then I will now say duplicate. I will say duplicate entire with details. Whatsoever I have there will be duplicated, and I will rename it as what? Rename as roof plan. So if I rename it as roof plan like that, so what I need now is that I will drag it here. Understand? So you see what I have. So now I need to work on it. You can work here when it's on the paper space. Instead of you coming back here and going to work, you can work it here. Just double click. When you double click, this one will be here. You'll be able to have access to all these ribbons. So by the time you click on this and say show me the, so you are going to work on that by just make sure that everything, the crop region is in position that's supposed to be. So you toggle it off again, and if you don't want to toggle it off, it's your choice. So you click this one. So click outside, don't click inside again. Click outside the sheet 2 times, and you return back to the original position. Then you select this one and say no title. No title. So it's gone. So what do you do here? You can rename it here. Double click here and you say roof plan. So instead of you going to the project browser side, just do that and say to update itself there, because it's a label. So it can change the scale to the normal, to the scale you have before by saying, okay, I want to change this one and say 75. I think that's what we use. Scale 75. Increase and put it in position that's supposed to be. So now I have 2 sheets, isn't it? Now the next one. Now let me say you can do something, because you need to do cover page. Some of people used to do by going to another page to do and go and do cover page. That's a waste of time. You can do your cover page here as well. All you just need to do is to create another one. Then you create the sheet. Since it's the same thing, same range, you say click OK. What you do is that you change you say edit or rename. Sorry, you say rename. Now you change this one to number 0. Let it be 0. Then you now change this one to cover. Write cover page on it. So this one, as it's in the last position, is going to come to the first. Can you see? You jump to the first. Now all this one, you don't need to do editing here. All what you just need is just normal line and do whatever you want to do. Just click on annotate. The page is what you need. This one and this one. Just click on page, rectangle. Then use a thin line. Don't use wide. So use thin line. So what you do, you delete this particular one. It's gone on this page. So you can now decide to label your work by saying propose building structure. So it depends on the title you want to give your work. So I don't know, I'm not going to go too much. Building structure. So that you have done that one. So this is an easy method for you to use. So you edit it by saying edit. You duplicate. Always duplicate. Don't just go edit, because you are using the same template of a text with the every other one. So duplicate. Then you change your something like, okay, I'm going to use 8 millimeter. Then I change my. Let me just use any one that's available for her. So I think I like this one. So every other thing you are going to be writing the client name, everything. You can now start to be doing them here, paparazzi and things like that. Fine. So I think you have created 3 pages like that. The last page, which is going to be the elevation, I'm going to click here and I say new. So I will say the same thing. So I retain that number 3 because I've already renamed it. So now what next is that I will drag the front the elevation. Only one elevation I'm going to do, and which is the front one. After you drag this one is here. Did you see? So you can scale it, because it's not like too small. So I'm going to scale it to 50, very big. So it got bigger. If the scale is small, you don't get bigger. So that is it. So if you do geography while in school, it's more easy for you like that to understand what I'm talking about, because we use scale. When you are doing map reading, you thought about scale then. So this is how far this one is gone. So from here now, you can just like use the tail to do the base, because necessary you should always do the base of your drawing. Don't look like the thing is flowing on the sheet. So now you can just like changing the graphics by element. So you say changing the graphics by elements depends on the line you want to use. So I'm going to make it a thicker one, so 11 for my use. So it's not that it's not reflecting. You see that it's a thin line. When you toggle it on here, you see the thick line in base. So that's how you do on this one. So you rename this one front elevation. Just say front elevation. So in this is how far I want to teach on this one. So for the sheets, now I have done this one. What else do I need to do? How are you going to now print your book and you combine them together? If you are using Windows 11, it's a big issue for you. What? Because Windows 11 comes with something that I would like call Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge is help you to convert to PDF. So that's what I want to teach here. So if you are using Windows 11, this is a big advantage for you. Now you have all your page in order. Are you getting it? So you are satisfied with what you are saying. So the next thing that I want to print. So here you come here and say Control Print. So a lot of people used to export to AutoCAD. You can export this one to AutoCAD. If you have a client who say you want to export, we'll do that here now too. So let's say the first thing, let us print. So you say print, go to file, and you say print your work. So print to just click on print. After you've set on print, so I have already set my own to print, so it depends on your printer. So if you have any other printer, I don't have any other printer installed here, Note 1 and all those things are the writing PD something. If you have a printer being stipulated here, you click on the printer to work on, but I don't want, I convert it to PDF straight up. So if you convert it, even easy, when you convert your work to PDF, you can take it to any printer without losing any file. Be able to print it at the normal scale you have set for yourself. You take it anywhere in the world and print. So I want to set that for you now. The first thing that all these are in order. So now you notify that I use A3. So I'm going to click on setup. On the setup here, I have size, which is what letter. If you print like this, you are going to have issue. Let's go do the preview on one of the page, like the start elevation that we did now. Let's see the preview. See, look at preview. The paper size here. Look at it. There is a lot of margin here, which is total error. It is not acceptable because you're supposed to cover, because you are using inappropriate printing method to achieve this. That's why you see this margin at the top, margin at the side. So we are going to close. Then we control P on your keyboard. Control P on your keyboard. So that's a quick one instead of coming to the file. So you come to setup this time around. You don't go to printing tip. There's nothing you want to do in printing tip. It's not of our business for that particular something. So for now, just close it because we don't need it. So I'm going to say setup. Now this is where we work from. Nothing happened to your default. Leave your default alone. It's none of your business because you are not printing in batch. If you have something that you want to be printing in batch, you can be using the setup you are using. So I'm going to use this particular one. So I will say A3 is the paper I want to use. Get that right. A3. So instead of you using the center is still going to be there, but if you change from this fit page to zoom, you're going to use zoom this time around because that thing is shrink, but you want to use zoom. So I'm going to click on zoom. Scale that is 100 paper size is what I want to use. Now offset margin, what you need to do is to click on center. The other margin is at center. You should locate the center of the paper, center of the crop region, and work based on that. Now your portrait, because you are using landscape, you don't click on portrait. If you click on portrait, there are going to be issue. So click on landscape. So your color, if you want the color to be reflecting, fine. If you don't want the color, you can just do black line landscape. Well, depends if you want to use color. So what we want to do, that's just the pure thing you want to do. So I'm going to say okay, but before I print, I'm going to print only one page, which is the current window. We are still going to teach you something here. So I'm going to say preview so that we see. Now it took over the whole entire page. Can you see? There is no margin line, nothing like that. So an margin line need to be shown. So we are going to back there to go and set that. So the setup, Ctrl P again. From the setup now, we are going to do margin. So what we do is that we reduce the size of this. Always do preview before you do final printing, so that you don't have any issue when you just be wasting paper if you are using the normal printer. So I'm going to say 96 as my zoom. So I'm going to say okay. Yes, it's doing asking me question. I will say no, I don't need the setting because I still more have error that need to be done. So you see preview. Can you see now the margin comes out? Can you see the margin comes out at the whole round? So you say close. You don't need again to just click close. It's already set. So Ctrl P this time around. Now if you paint like this as Microsoft, everything is going to be coming out 1-1, which is wrong. You need to get your document tried together for your client so that you'll be able to send to him. What would you do? You select sometimes you choose visible portion, but this one is not advisable. I don't do visible portion. So you just select paper view. When you select paper view, remember I'm using Microsoft Print, which is coming with Microsoft Edge. When you are using Windows 11, it's a default printing. It's a default printer that comes with the Microsoft 11 for you to convert any of your document to PDF. So you select this view. When you select this view, it will now select this particular one. You're going to select paper page. Now you have everything you have on your project browser. They are all represented here, and we don't need them. So when you come to multiple, you select multiple. First you disable 2D view, you disable 3D view. The only thing you need is your sheet. Only your sheet is what we need. So you select that. select toggle off, you can say check all everyone. So I'll say okay. Now everything is selected. Now if I print like this, now it's going to come out for me 1 which is going to be disjointed. So because I want the document to be a single document, so I'm going to say combine multiple into single one. Now this one, you don't bother yourself about it. It's still going to ask you the final question, because this one is telling you that it's going to documents, that's the directory. But if you don't want it, that you can click on browse and go to where you want it to be browsed for. So we're going to go to desktop to do what we want to do on desktop. I will click on save. So I will say okay this time around. So it's still going to ask me a question. That is not the final destination for that. So I'm going to still go to desktop and I will put the name of what I will say 3-bedroom. So you can put your client name whatsoever you have there, so that you'll be able to remember on the desktop, and you say save. This is going to print itself. Look at the updates here. So the printing is going on. When you reach 100%, that is the final. It will make easy for you. So how do you access that? You can go anywhere on your desktop and go and access it. So I'm going to do that on here now. So this is it. This is the 3-bedroom that we created, this particular drawing. So I will say right click or just double click and open. So Microsoft Edge will bring you for you. Look at it. Propose and zoom out so that you'll be able to see clearly. So propose, this is the building and this is it. So if you have issue with the printing and everything, this is just a simple method for you to use. I'm not going to detail by using your design. All these graphics is depend on you. You can change it, put your company logo, put your company design, do whatever that you fit you. It all depends on what you are doing. So after that everything, you can now pick this one around. Now you can send to your client. So copy it from here and print it to your client by sending to your client. Just put it on your flash. You can send it through WhatsApp, send it to anything, send it to Gmail, send it to anywhere in the world. It's already done. It is fixed. So that is how far I am explaining all these things for you. Yeah, so that is how far I will go on this particular teaching for today. So in the next one, I will dabble into section and details of foundation a little bit before we now call it a wrap on this particular project. So thanks for watching. Stay put and continue with your project. God bless you.